What's up, fam? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood, and we're back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. Shout out to my sponsor, in case you didn't know. That's icydk.blog. Make sure you check them on all mobile devices in the world. Why? Well, before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss one video. Let's go. And we're going to start it off with the boy Drizzy Drake. Now, Drake, as you know, is still on this tour with 21 Savage. And Drake, we know the backstory about him and Megan Thee Stallion. People perceived him to put out a record on this album where he was taking shots at Megan Thee Stallion. The record said, "Oh, she thinks she's a stallion. She lied about getting shot, but she a stallion." So people thought that he thinks already that he had a problem with Megan Thee Stallion. So now he was in concert and he was in Houston, and he said he wanted to give a shout out to Meg. Since he's in H-Town, a shout out to Meg. And then he said, "No, not that Meg, this Meg." He was talking about Megan, a photographer. So a lot of people perceive that as him taking shots. So we're going to let you see the clip and you decide whether you think Drake was taking shots at Megan Thee Stallion or not.
I gotta give a shout out to somebody in here that's been with me since the beginning of my career. Her name is Megan. Meg something, Meg Yuck, whatever you know her. She been there with me since day one, like real shit, built this shit with me. Real H-Town legend. Shout out to Meg one time, for real. Not that Meg, this Meg. Yeah.
Now, a lot of people took that as shade because he said, "Not that man." Remember, he said, shout out to Meg. He was in Houston, and people started screaming when he said that because I think a lot of people was like, "Oh my God, he's good with Megan Thee Stallion now." And he had to clarify that he meant not that Meg, this Meg right here. And it kind of looked like he had people were saying, "Oh, he had a disgusted look on his face." I don't know how you can really see that. It's dark, but let me know what you think about Drake shade and Megan Thee Stallion. Do you think it was shade, or was he just clarifying, which Megan he was talking about? I don't really take that as shade. I just think that he wanted people to know which Megan he was speaking on, but you let me know what you think about that. Moving on to Doja Cat. Doja Cat is getting ready to drop her album Scarlet, and she is going to be releasing another song with a video. Now, this song, I believe, is called Aurora Hills. She has a video for it, and she will be releasing that today, later on today. Now, of course, the album Scarlet drops. Now, a lot of people, there was a song that had got leaked, and a lot of people believe that Doja Cat is taking shots at Nicki Minaj. The reason why they believe that is because she said in the song, she mentioned the name Helga Pataki. Now, if you don't know what that means, Cardi B recently, the reason why they think she's taking shots at Nicki Minaj is because Cardi B recently tweeted, "Oh, I have my own life, Helga Pataki." I think Helga Pataki was like a stalker. I think she's like a stalker. So Cardi B said Helga Pataki, and now all of a sudden, less than 24 hours later, Doja Cat says Helga Pataki. I'm going to let you listen to the clip. Hopefully I don't get dinged for it. But you let me know whether you think this is a shot at Nicki Minaj. Doja Cat has been saying, "Oh, she doesn't diss other rappers, and she doesn't diss rappers that influences her." So let me know what you think, because as much as she says she doesn't diss other rappers, Doja Cat is sounding like she's dissing rappers in these raps. And she's been really throwing shots, if I would say so. You let me know whether you think it's just a coincidence and she's not dissing Nicki Minaj, or Doja Cat is taking shots behind people's backs because she's throwing rocks and hiding her hands, so to speak. So I'm gonna let you listen to it and you let me know.
The message, talented and I'm driven like you ain't never seen, and that's why God bless me. You should respect him. You need to mind your business, Helga Pataki, cause I'ma do something devilish if you at me. I might hit woo for the kudu and get a back piece. You too high off that boo-boo to unpack me. When I arrive on the set, there ain't no holy water, but when I grind my set, make sure to throw me waters. I'ma make it through 27, y'all superstitious. I'ma say jinx on my 28th when you owe me sodas.
Let me tell y'all something, man. A lot of people are saying it, and they're saying, like, they're tweeting, Doja Cat is not supposed to be a rapper, but yet and still she's getting ready to release the best rap album of the year. And I have to say, man, I'm not afraid to admit when I was wrong. Doja Cat really shut me up because she has been dropping bars. Forget no more candy bars. Forget that song I made about Doja Cat about candy bars. She is dropping bars. Did you just hear that? That she was just spitting? Doja Cat, man. This album is going to be amazing. I can already tell. It's going to be amazing. And she is now she has the most Spotify listeners monthly, 69 million. She is actually second on the second most monthly listeners by any rapper, male or female. Only Drake, I believe, is ahead of her. She is now ahead of Travis Scott. So only Drake is ahead of her. I think Drake has 75 million. Doja Cat has 69 million. Everybody's buzzing about this album. Man, oh man. Doja Cat surprising everybody. And I'm sorry, man. These songs that I've been hearing, and Gun isn't even released yet. Wait for the people who've not heard that. Wait to hear that. I mean, unbelievable. Can't wait for Scarlet. Doja Cat shut my ass up. Moving on to Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. Wow. Kenneth Petty ends up getting reported to his parole officer or probation officer, whatever it is. A lot of anti-Nicki Minaj fans sent in the video and was calling Kenneth Petty's parole officer, and it worked because he's now been put back on house arrest. Megan Cuniff reported or confirmed. I did see some reports prior to that, but I wanted to make sure that I heard it from other outlets. And they have reported, and that's been reported, that Kenneth Petty is going to be going back on house arrest, I believe, for 100 days, due to he was sending threats to a certain individual online. They also said, he was around another felon with, a criminal record. Now, as you all know, when you are on parole or let off a house arrest, you're not supposed to be seen with other people that has criminal records. So obviously, the dude that he was around, or at least one of them that he was around, out there, his goons, the AARP goons, at least one of them had a jail record. And Kenneth Petty goes out there, threatens Offset on video. I mean, you would think by now Kenneth Petty would know better. I mean, you're married to Nicki Minaj. Look at this woman that you're married to. Just take a good look at her. This is what you're laying next to every night. And because you want to be seen as a goon, in your ripe old age of 45, 47, however old you are, you're willing to throw all that away because you want to be seen as a goon? You're threatening Offset, who's an industry dude, who was probably well protected? You're never going to get the offset. And now you just got yourself back in trouble. You waited 3 years to get off of parole, off of house arrest. Now you're going back on house arrest. And this all came from probably Bardi Gang and the Migos fan base. Because I'm reading here on, in case you didn't know, I think they posted something about it. And they said from the Migos fans and Bardi Gang reported Kenneth Petty, and it worked because he's back in trouble now. I mean, how silly can you be? How silly can you be? So let me know what you think about that. You think Bardi Gang was petty for reporting Kenneth Petty, no pun intended? Or do you think he had it coming to him? Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. Just not a smart move by Kenneth Petty. Just making Nicki Minaj look bad. And, Nicki Minaj didn't, I guess she didn't seem to mind it because, she didn't say anything about it. She was, making posts with him and her. So, she had nothing to say about it. So silent is consent, as they say. Let me know down in the comments what you think about that. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood. For the IE Network, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your friends.